Hi guys, my name is Michelle Reed if you guys just clicked on this video. Today's video is going to be a what I spent in a week in New York City as a 21-year-old using a budget. If you guys just clicked on this video, I have done 2 of these videos before, one just in New York City and then one in Texas, but I've never done one strictly following a budget. And this is something that I wanted to do because going into the new year, I'm trying to be a lot more strict about sticking to a budget, planning a wedding, and just saving for a lot of things, and things are really expensive. And so I really wanted to try to stick to this. I get a lot of questions about budgets because I do a lot of finance videos on here. I talk about keeping a budget. Today's video is actually going to be going along with me and showing how I actually use my budget, because I think it's one thing to just say like, hey, you should use a budget, but it's a totally different thing to be like, this is how you actually use one. In my first New York City one, I spent over $200 in a week in New York City, and that was just loosely kind of having a budget in mind but not actually sticking to it. And then in Texas, spoiler, I spent over $600 that week. This video is gonna be really interesting to see what I spend using an actual budget. I'm gonna be using the Empower app to do it because if you guys don't know, this is the app that I use for budgeting, and so I want to say thanks to Empower for sponsoring this video. Obviously in this video I was more conscious about my money. I wasn't necessarily just spending money every single place, versus the other videos I wasn't really thinking about it. So obviously I'm gonna spend less, but I do think it's helpful to see how to actually stick to and use a budget. I was looking at a poll online by debt.com, and they found that 93% of their respondents said that everyone should be keeping a budget, while only 2/3 of people actually use a budget. And among the people who don't actually budget, 39% of the people said it's because they didn't have enough income to actually use a budget, and 22% of them said it was too time consuming. 16% of them said that they had tried it once but they didn't succeed. So obviously budgeting is something that everyone kind of knows they should do, but they don't necessarily know how to actually do it. It's really difficult making short-term changes in your life to save for long-term things. But I'm so thankful for Empower because they make it so easy to actually stick to a budget, literally having like a personal financial guide right in your pocket on your phone. Empower is a high interest checking account. They have a 1.6% APY, which basically just means that you earn more interest. That APY is 35 times higher than the national average for most traditional banks. Living in the city, I feel like I use a lot of different ATMs, and it's really nice because I actually get 3 ATM reimbursements for the fees that they charge, which is really great whenever I use. Super cute little peach debit card. It's literally adorable. I love it so much. But you don't actually have to open a checking account. They have a really helpful budget and spending tracker, which I've been using for the past, I would say, like 3 months. You can basically set your own budget categories, or you can use their own. I honestly just use theirs because they had so many. I have other expenses: shopping, dining, auto and transport, groceries, and bills. And then you can set yourself different weekly and monthly spending limits. And if you're over those limits, or say you have a bill that's due, or say you have other things going on, it will alert you whenever you need to pay these things, which is so helpful. They also have automated saving, which is really, really helpful. You can set yourself a weekly savings goal, and it's going to study your income and know when the right time is to actually save that money. One of the most important vendors for me was photography and videography, and it was really nice having those upfront costs from my savings to be able to pay for that, because I have plenty of savings. So savings is really important, and I love how easy Empower makes it. They have smart recommendations, which will tell you when certain bills are due. So I actually got a notification that my Netflix bill was due today as I'm filming this on January 17th. Or say you're paying a lot in subscriptions, or say that your bills are higher than they should be, it's going to notify you when things are kind of out of whack. And lastly, if you're just confused, they have a really helpful human coach. I actually used it before, and they respond really promptly, and they're going to answer your financial questions if you're just kind of new to it. You can download Empower in the App Store or the Play Store. I'll have it linked down below if you guys want to download it. And if you reach your savings goal, you can actually get $5. They did just move to a subscription model, but there is a 30-day free trial if you want to try it out and see if you like it. So going into the expenses, my first day was Sunday, and I went to Trader Joe's and I spent $62. This is my grocery spending that I'm trying to do every week. Sometimes I will accidentally do like $70, $80, just buy things that I'm not actually gonna cook. But this week I really wanted to be smart about using all my groceries, and I really did do it, and only eating at home, which I also really did do. I just got my basics. It's kind of average for me here if I'm cooking all the week. $60 is pretty average. I then had a subscription payment of $5 to PicMonkey. This is what I edit my thumbnails on. It's really useful. That one I can also also write off as a business expense since it is for YouTube, so it's not like anything dramatic, but that's kind of a monthly reoccurring payment. I then had to pay for my Metro card, which is around $127 a month. So I just split that between 4 weeks, and that averages out to $32 for this week. I use the subway all the time. I never really take Ubers, don't take Lyfts, so that is kind of an essential expense. So Monday, I actually did not spend any money, which I am really, really proud of. If you guys watch my other Week of My Life videos, there was only, I think, one day that I didn't spend money throughout the week, and so this one's a lot better. But I just went ahead and made lunch at home. I had breakfast and at lunch at home. I was just working at home all day. I made like a chicken salad that I just kept in the fridge and kind of ate that for lunch throughout the week. And then I also made dinner. I just had veggies and chicken sausage and potatoes and broccoli, which was super yummy. So I had all my meals at home. I didn't have any expenses. It was great. A very happy Monday. So Tuesday, I went ahead and I ran out of coffee. And if you notice in this video, I did not spend any money on coffee that I like picked up at a store, but I did run out of my cold brew that I drink at home, which I'm trying to do more of. And so I went to the grocery store and I picked up oat milk, and then I also picked up cold brew, and that ended up being $10, which was a little steep. It's because I visited a grocery store that I don't usually go to that's like a little more expensive. If you live in the city, you know that there's like Trader Joe's and then there's like nice grocery stores. Nice grocery stores end up being pricey. For dining, I spent $2.50 at Starbucks, but that was not coffee, that was for a water. And I bought that because I was doing a photo shoot with a friend and I needed to change into a different outfit. So I had to use their bathroom, and I think it's rude to use a bathroom without actually buying something. So I bought that. And then I also spent $9 on a matcha. This was also for the photo shoot. It was actually for a photo shoot for Empower, and it looked really cute with the app, and I thought it would be cute. And so a $9 matcha is super excessive. It's literally more expensive than like a meal if you were to buy it. But I bought it and it was pretty good, and it looked really cute in the photos. Very excessive, and if it wasn't for the photos, I probably wouldn't have done that. Wednesday was another no spending day. I actually went to a flywheel class with my friends at night, and usually flywheel I think is around like $30 a class. Pro tip, if you guys go for the first time, you can actually get it for free, which is awesome. And flywheel is such a good workout. I'd highly recommend. And that's another tip I have. Just look for a bunch of different workout places and see if you can do first time classes for free. At least in the city, there are so many workout places that have deals for your first class, and I think it's a great way to try something new and also save money if you need to get a good workout in. And then I also just ate dinner at home that night. I forgot what I actually made, so it was really yummy. I think I made stuffed peppers that I bought from Trader Joe's. It was a really good meal. Happy no spending day. And Thursday, I also spent nothing. And the reason why I feel like I had so many no spending days was because on the app, you can actually see like how much you're over your limit, and getting that notification just really like makes me sad. And so I did not want to get it. And so I really didn't spend a lot and was really conscious about it. And it was really nice just seeing everything visually. And I really feel like it helped me not spend money. I was actually headed to Vermont to visit my fiance's family. And so I took the train there. And I always like to bring something because they're hosting me. I think it's nice. And so I picked up these black and white cookies from Zaro's bakery. They're so yummy. They're like these thick cake-like cookies. They're so good. But his family really likes them, and I always kind of bring them whenever I go there. And so I picked up 4 of these, and it was around $17. And they're like big cookies, so I feel like that's a good price. That was another dining expense. And then I also had to spend $8.99 on my Netflix subscription, which is really the only TV subscription I have. I do like Netflix. I feel like they've been putting out a lot of good stuff lately. And then I actually packed my lunch and ate it on the train, which I'm really proud that I did too, because usually I buy Amtrak food and it's not even good, and so I was happy I did that. But that is everything I spent in the week. I'm gonna go ahead and total this up on my phone. My total for the week was $145.49, which was $55 less than what I spent in my New York City video, $455 less than what I spent in my Texas video. So I feel like this just goes to show that keeping a budget really does keep you in check, but it also has to be something that you are self-disciplined about and that you are conscious of and sticking to, and not just thinking it'll work out, because if you don't actually stick to it, it's not gonna work. You can have the app, you can have the budget, but if you don't have the willpower to actually follow what it's saying, it's not gonna do anything. I hope this video helped you guys out. I hope this helped you show that budgeting is easier than you might think it is. Again, I seriously love the Empower app. I know this video is sponsored and I've done a sponsorship with them before, but I seriously feel like it's so helpful for budgeting. And I used to be someone who like to manually put in my transactions and who didn't want to use an app. After using Empower, seeing how cute it is, seeing how easy it is, and how trustworthy it is, I do believe that it is the way to go if you are trying to keep a budget, because it is so easy to use and things aren't going to slip through the cracks, versus whenever I do it through Excel, sometimes I forget to like put things in and it's off. And so I'd highly recommend it. It'll be linked down below. Let me know down below if you guys like budgeting, if you keep a budget, how you started. I love to hear. I think it's really helpful to hear things from other people. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, friends.